So today in class, after we go over this first problem, work on something that you're missing from this week, okay? If you've done all of that, then work on your review. Your review, however, you will get Monday to work on as well. It will not tell you whether or not your answer is correct until after you've done it once and submitted it. Because I'm tired of seeing people just check the thing until they get the green dot. You need to actually work them out. Okay, and then you can go back and figure out which ones you missed and fix those after you've submitted it once. Okay, I know that's what you do because y'all can turn the review in one day, in one class period, and be done with it, and yet y'all want a third day to take the test that's half as long as your review. So don't tell me that that's not what you do, guys. It's a little obvious that that's what you do. You're not working them out on the test review because the test review is always harder than the test. Always. And yet, y'all can get it done in one class period and want 3 class periods to do, half the questions. So, no, doesn't jive, guys. Okay, so, in your journal, I'm not. Yeah. In your journal, you should have this handout that I gave you last unit. Okay? So I'm referring back to that to help you with this first question. Okay? That's why I took a snippet of this piece over here that I needed from it. Okay? So this question is asking you to write the equation in vertex form. We've only ever done on our assignments where that you were given the equation and you had to match the graph. So this one does it the other way. It's still the same concept, but you need to know how to work it backwards. Okay. So what is the vertex on the graph here? 9. It's an actual whole coordinate.
2, 9.
2, 9. Okay. So that's my vertex. I need to know that the x coordinate gets plugged in my vertex form in the parentheses with my x value. My k, or my y coordinate, gets plugged in at the end. Because as I told you when we were doing transitions, anything inside the parentheses corresponds directly to your x. Anything outside the parentheses corresponds directly to your y being changed or affected. Okay? So alphabetically, your h and your k are still your x and your y. And it gets put in there. You do not have to have the vertex form memorized. It will be on your formula sheet that you get for the STAR test. It's down here in the bottom in the quadratic section. Okay, so you don't have to have the vertex form memorized, but you do have to know what the parts of it mean. Okay? So that lets us start our equation off pretty easy right here. So we've got y equals, I don't know what a is, but I know x minus 2 squared plus 9 gets me started. Where did the 2 and the 9 come from?
From the problem. From
the vertex, right there, right? Okay. It gave it to me. So I'm using that. Now my a, okay, my a, I'm going to figure out by looking at the graph. I'm first going to determine whether or not my a needs to be positive or negative. Is my parabola going up or is my parabola going down? Down. So is my a going to be positive or negative? Negative. Okay. Knowing that information, you can probably figure out a multiple choice question without actually knowing what the a is. You can probably use process of elimination to eliminate all but the correct answer.
Do we have that in our notes?
You do. This page you should have in your notes. Okay. So I zoomed in on this because to figure out the a, what we have to do
It's where the X intersect.
And it's not where where it intersects anything. We're going to go over. So notice that it tells us to figure out the A, whatever the A is as a number. Okay, we're going to go over 1 unit, and then whatever number we change, go up or down, that is the number that is our A. Okay, so if I come back over here to my graph, start at my vertex, okay, so I start at my vertex, and I go over 1 unit, how far do I go down to get to my function that's graphed right there? Do I go a whole unit down?
No.
No. I just go down about how much? Guesstimate.
Half of you.
About half a unit. Okay, so that's what my A is over here, 1/2. Okay, it's a negative 1/2 because if I go over 1 from my vertex, whatever the change is, that is my A.
Wait, when do we take the math start test?
She just said a week before school ends.
The 13th of May.
Like what?
Biology is the 14th. Mine's Thursday. Miss Carricker's is Friday.
We only take 2 tests this year, right?
Your English and your algebra if you're not in biology. If you're in biology, you'll take it as well. So the answer for right here for the vertex form is y equals negative 1/2 x minus 2 squared plus 9. That's the answer for the vertex form. It is easier to figure out the vertex form than it is for standard form. That's why you're usually asked for the vertex form, and then you convert it, use that to change it to the standard form. And standard form is this one, the one that we're used to seeing. Ax squared plus bx plus c, that's standard form. So to figure out the standard form, I'm going to use the equation that we started with, or that we created there. So negative 1/2 x minus 2 squared plus 9. And I'm going to do my order of operations on it. What do I do first in my order of operations?
Your parentheses.
Parentheses. Is there anything inside my parentheses that I can simplify?
No.
Yeah.
No. So what's the next step?
Multiply.
The exponents, right? So that means I need to do x minus 2 times x minus 2. I can use the box method, or you can use FOIL, or you can use the shortcut if you have it memorized. Okay? It's a formula. Okay? So, but I'm going to do x minus 2 times x minus 2. So what is x times x? X squared. Okay, x times negative 2. Negative 2x. And then x times negative 2 again. Negative 2x. And then negative 2 times negative 2. Positive 4. So now I can replace my this section with x squared minus 4x plus 4. My plus 9 is still there, and my negative 1/2 is still there.
I'm like that.
Am I done? No, what do I need to do now?
Eliminate the multiplication or division.
Okay, so
So
to do that, I'm going to multiply everything inside by that negative 1/2. So there's a 1 right there, right? So negative 1/2 times 1x squared is going to give me a negative 1/2 x squared. Negative 1/2 times negative 4x is a positive 2x. And then negative 1/2 times a positive 4 is negative 2. Then I still have the plus 9. You're right. What do I do, Cutter? What do I do now? And 1. Since you're talking and you can collaborate together on what the next step is.
I ain't talking nothing.
So what's my next step to finish this?
Do you use a plus 9? Put it on both sides.
Not on both sides because I'm not
Well, I
actually
know,
solving.
Do
I'm
factor
saying like
two.
Combine those like terms together. So that leaves me negative 1/2 x squared plus 2x plus 7. That's my standard form equation. So to get the standard form, you first have to get the vertex form and work it backwards. There is another way, but that's the easiest way to get there. The quickest. Without having to learn something completely new.
And now
Okay.
you're done.
And now you're done. So when you put your answer in Go Formative, okay, I will have to check this one. It won't tell you whether it's right or wrong at all, but we've done it together. So as long as you type it in right, you should have it right. So put A, right, parentheses, and then type this in, and then put B after it and type that in. Okay? And that's going to be your answer for number 1. I didn't give you 2 separate spaces, answer spots for it, because then it throws off the answers for the whole document, or the numbers for the whole document. Does that make sense? Because it won't let me number those like part 1A and 1B. It only numbers them in order 1, 2, 3. Make sense?
Hang on, I'm almost done.
So, okay, so now the rest of the class period you have to work on any of those other assignments that you need, or to get caught up on your notes from yesterday. I'll be coming around and handing back papers for you so that you will have those to look at to help you with your assignments.
Did we have any assignment yesterday?
We had notes, and we did 2 of the problems, and you had to finish the other 2. So one side of the paper is done for you. So that foldable that you have there, yeah, was just notes, and that little half sheet you picked up today gets taped over one of those 2 note on the foldable, because I copied it wrong. I copied the same thing on page 1 and 2. See? See, it's exactly the same, these 2. So this one is the one one of them should have been. So take this over one of them. Doesn't really matter which one. On the inside is where I intended it to be.
I wasn't reading
So I'll just need to glue it over that one. Okay, and then we did these 2 together. That is that. So those are what we did on the video together. And I walked you through that.
Is there a video?
There's a video. And then also, okay, but I've also included the PDF notes on Google Classroom as well, so any of those. Okay. But graphing it is definitely easier. Let me come back and I'll answer your question, LaParis. I just need to stop my video.